Oh, we are ready? You're listening to 201.9, dropping the dime on prime time. It's Juicy Jess
and DJ Niche
giving y'all the dig. Happy Thursday, Nichele.
Happy Thursday.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Getting through these classes, watching all these latest reality television shows.
I know. I feel like, honestly, that's what's getting me through this week.
It really is.
Completely.
All the drama that's not in my everyday life, I can just incorporate from television.
But I love that, though, because it's not our life.
It is, yeah.
And that's the whole point of why we have Getting Real. Yes. So we're going to start and talk about how we just love reality TV. Like, we love to say it's our guilty pleasure, but I'm not even guilty. Like, I don't feel guilty about it.
I'm not at all. I started watching reality television when I was in elementary school when it first came out with Flavor Flav. Yeah. And my mom hated the fact that I watched it. Everyone in my family thinks it's trash TV. But I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, well, this is drama and I love drama. So why not watch it? Like, I like to see the lives of people unfold and see how they react to different situations.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. Would you watch with like your family or just you?
I just watch by myself and sometimes catch up with my friends because they're the only ones that like it. But as far as my family, they all hate it. They all don't get it. So I just
perfect.
Like, yeah.
That's so funny. When I started watching, like, I have 2 sisters and like my mom like loves reality TV. So like we started with like the Kardashians and I was like, I love that I can watch from behind the TV and not be put in those uncomfortable positions. Like, I just love that. Like, I love seeing in people's like other world and see what they do and not having to deal with all that.
I do, but lately I've been into a lot of Bravo shows. So I know that Bravo is really geared towards our age range, especially with like 18 to 25-year-olds. And I've also started out with the Housewives, so watching all the Housewives series, whether it's like Atlanta. I love all of them. I would have to say my least favorite is New York, even though we live in New York. I think it's boring to me. I don't know, but I love Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
for all of you that don't know what the Real Housewives are, it's on Bravo Network, and Bravo Network is like an American cable and satellite TV network, and the producer's Andy Cohen. So they're actually out of New York. Their headquarters are here, and then they just kind of follow specific housewives in different towns. Like, there's Orange County, there's New York, there's New Jersey, Atlanta, like you said before. So it's just kind of like an individual show on each state and like how the housewives kind of like live their everyday lives. So that's what Real Housewives are. So I would probably say Atlanta. Like, I feel like his favorite person is Nene Leakes.
I think so too. Everyone says that Nene Leakes is the reason why Housewives of Atlanta is so successful.
OG, like, she's been there from the beginning.
Yeah, I know. And they also swap out so many people more often in Atlanta, more so than anybody else. Which I think keeps it relevant, also keeps it a little spicy for the audience, which is why I love it.
Yeah.
And I just love how they throw shade at each other and they're like the queen of shade.
I know.
So
they
I think
literally
that
are,
works.
though, the queen of shade.
Yeah.
Funny story, I have family in Georgia, and we were there for my cousin's graduation party, and they live right by Kim Zolciak.
Really?
And so, and Kim Zolciak is of Atlanta, and so we drove by her house, and I'm like, oh, it's huge, and it's amazing, and it's huge. And we drove by her 40th birthday party, and I was like, this is so cool. We didn't see any like cameras or anything, but that would have been even cooler. Like, I just want to be on the Housewives one day.
Me too.
That might be not something I should like admit, but
yeah. I feel like, honestly, I actually did something for a previous class about reality television, how a lot of people secretly want to be reality television stars, but they don't want to admit it because they feel like they'd be ashamed of themselves because they admit it. But I feel like that's normal. I definitely would do reality television shows, but I would not get any like work done like on my body. I think that, but I would be honestly probably a little bit self-conscious about my body, seeing all these women that are like,
well, that's like implants. The whole like agreement when you sign up to do reality TV, like you sign up to like have your life out there.
I know.
Like, if you go through something traumatic, like God forbid a death in the family, like that's literally out there for everyone.
I know.
So I totally agree. I feel like I would feel weird about it.
Yeah, but honestly, if I were to pick a Real Housewife that I want to be, it'd be from Beverly Hills, Lisa Vanderpump.
Oh my goodness.
She literally, her house is literally it's huge. It's an estate.
It is.
It's an estate. And she literally has like wild animals just walking around.
I know. And not even because like she has so much money, but she's probably the most level-headed.
Yeah.
Because, like, Orange County, like, you get caught up in all, like, the fame and all
Mm-hmm.
that, but she's very grounded. And, like, in the most recent episodes, she's been a little, like, shunned from the ladies.
I know they don't seem to like her as much.
Like, they're kind of, like, shooing her out, I think, because they don't like what she has to say.
But I think she's the most successful, and they're just hating on her.
Yeah, she's a little bit about Lisa. She was born and raised in London, and then she lived in Monte Carlo in the south of France before moving to California. I think that's amazing. Like, it's cool she has a background in London. I think that's why, like, she's so different from everyone, and like she brings different things to the table than like California girls born and raised do. So I think that's like something about her that I really like. And then Ken Todd, they have 2 children, Pandora and Max. And like you said, like the numerous pets. Like, I love seeing the swans in her front yard.
I like the llamas.
Yeah,
her llamas running around. I'm just like, how do you have a llama?
Only Lisa Vanderpump though.
Yes,
and she has more TV shows than just Housewives. So she has Vanderpump Rules, where she has the bar and the restaurant Pump, which I would love to go to.
Which is, I honestly feel like that's maybe why a lot of the housewives do not like Lisa Vanderpump, because of the fact she's so successful. And if she wanted to leave the housewife, she could, because she has Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
And that has been such a success. Lisa Vanderpump opened her salacious kitchen door for exclusive Hollywood restaurants and lounges. One of them, as you said, is Sir, declaring it the sexiest establishment she's ever owned. And as also a place where you can take your mistress, Lisa rules over the livelihoods and mischievous staff that she has, which I think is great.
I love that part where you take your mistress. Like, really,
it really is. It's shady. It's shady. Back to the
California life. You have somewhere to bring your mistress. Like, that's wild to me.
Yeah, it really is. Because honestly, the drama on that show, I really feel like the cast is amazing for that show because of the drama that they have. There's you would think that there wouldn't be so much drama going on in a restaurant,
right?
But then you really delve into the lives of these servers, and it really impacts the show and makes it's just amazing.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, she employs like ex actors and actresses, or like people who wanted to like make it big but didn't. And they're all very young. They're in their 20s and 30s, and they're kind of going through like when you don't really know what you're going to do with your life, when you kind of like don't know if you should go to school or you should continue to work and bartend or waitress and kind of get like that extra cash. So I think it's nice, like she's like a home for these people, like especially James Kennedy.
Yes. So let's get into the cast a little bit. We'll name a few of them. Of course, Lisa Vanderpump as the owner of Sir and Pump. There's also Jax Taylor, who's known to be the evil bad guy all the time, but they said that he's changing this season. We'll see how that portrays out. Then there's also Brittany Cartwright, who is the girlfriend, fiance of Jax now. There's Stassi Schroeder, there's Sheena Shea, Tom Sandoval, Ariana Madix, James Kennedy, Katie Maloney Schwartz, Tom Schwartz, Kirsten Doty, and Lala Kent.
Yes, it's a big cast.
It is a big cast. Do you have any favorites?
You know, I've always loved Stassi Schroeder.
Really?
Like, I don't know if I liked like her, like she had a very bad breakup with Jax. Like her and Jax were in love, like, and then he cheated a bunch of times, and it was like heartbreaking to see her go through that. Like, another thing, and in reality TV, like, you just have to be so vulnerable. Like, her dirtiest laundry, like that her boyfriend was literally cheating on her, was on reality TV.
And seeing her break down at the table, there was for all you who don't know, there was an episode where Jax Taylor finally admits to Stassi that he cheated on her after denying it for almost the whole season. And just seeing her break down and honestly have that human emotion made me like her a little bit more, because throughout the whole season, everyone did not like her and they did not believe Stassi and wanted to have her back. So I definitely feel that was when I began to like Stassi. But as far as her conniving and vindictive ways, I still feel like that's deep down with her.
Exactly. I totally agree.
Yeah, and it does come out in the later seasons, because now she's dating a new guy and she's so controlling. She was texting him in a bathroom and he didn't respond within 10 seconds. She threw her phone and smashed it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, come on, like, get real.
Definitely still has that like crazy girlfriend in her somewhere.
Yes.
But I think she's doing a lot, and she admits it too. Like, she admits that she's like crazy, like, and she gets wild with some things. But I agree, like the human emotion and how she just kind of like let herself like because that's heartbreaking. Like, can you imagine
I
like
know.
your significant other cheating on you on reality TV?
It's just horrible.
And then you have to deal with that in front of all these people. So,
yes.
and you know who really doesn't like? Well, they've reconciled, but Ariana,
yes.
she used to really not like her.
I feel like there's still maybe a little bit of tension. I feel like they're cordial with each other now.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the later seasons, the one person I really feel bad for is Brittany.
I totally agree.
Because I'm actually mad at Brittany. I feel like Brittany should have never taken Jax back. He literally he cheats on her.
Yeah.
And then there's even a recording of him saying how disgusting he thinks she is and how her body's gross. Why stay with somebody and then get engaged to someone who you know obviously doesn't like your body?
And I believe that she had like body modification. Didn't she have plastic surgery for him?
He paid for her to get her breasts done, which is also kind of sketchy too. She claims that that's something that she wanted. But then I feel like that's more of something that Jax wanted for her. He wanted her to have bigger breasts. So she went along with it to please him. I don't know. I could just be speculating.
But I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Why would you go to someone who wants you to like change your body?
Yeah.
So I totally agree. I think Brittany is a little naive in the fact, but she also knows that Jax has cheated on her.
She does know, and I honestly believe he's done it more than once, and I still think he's going to do it. And I'm really interested to see if they're going to have a wedding.
I know.
I don't think.
What would you do if you were Brittany in this situation?
If I was Brittany, once they cheat, it's a wrap. I even tell my boyfriend now, like, if you cheat on me, I can't forgive you for that because everything is based off choices. And if I'm being loyal to you, I expect that same loyalty.
Right.
And the fact that he not only did that action and then he talked about you as if you were a dog to somebody else and to a bunch of people, that shows that he doesn't respect you and that you shouldn't stay. So what's the point?
I totally agree.
So
I think even sometimes like you shouldn't have to be put in that situation like at all. Like ideally you don't have to talk about like, I know you cheated on me, but I'm going to stay with you. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They claim it's love. Maybe I haven't experienced that type of love yet, but it's definitely not for me.
I don't know. I feel bad for her.
Yeah. I honestly wonder, when is Tom Sandoval and Ariana going to get married? I feel like Ariana is very hesitant to get married, but I really want to know where her hesitation is coming from. Like, why? I feel like they've been together the longest and they have a strong communicative relationship. So why not take it to the next level? I feel like everybody else who shouldn't really be getting married is getting married. Meanwhile,
I know, I think you're right, but I also think that she's probably like spooked a little bit, like seeing all these people go through terrible things, like Sheena with her marriage, like her marriage that lasted like 4 days.
Yeah,
like
literally.
She's probably spooked from seeing all these girls like fall in love with these guys and then they end up cheating on.
That's true.
It's probably, but I believe that they're probably the best couple. Like they probably have like the best foundation. And I think Lisa like helps with that too. Like I think she has a lot to do with that.
She's basically their therapist.
She is.
Literally, she comes in there into her store and they tell her all their problems. She's like, well, do this and do that. And then their lives are like fixed, whether they take it or not.
Right.
You've also seen a lot of like conflicts with James and how he doesn't take her advice, and then he ends up getting fired. Him and Jax, I feel like James and Jax are constantly getting fired and rehired. Right. So it's like,
well, so James is, for those of you that don't know, he's like a DJ at Sir. So he's actually produced a song with Lala, who's also a character on this show. So we're gonna play about 15 seconds of his new song, and then we'll talk about it. Because I have very mixed feelings about this. And the song is actually called Feeling You. So let's tune in.
Ain't nobody got me feeling like I'm feeling you. Like I'm feeling you. Like I'm feeling you.
Yeah, everybody freeze, put your hands up. We ain't about to take it easy, I hope your cake's up. London with the beach, here we go so in. Then we go with a friend, yeah, we both win. Hotel chillin', yeah, she's sweet. Got the pain in the koozie up, getting sweet. Taking pics with the side chick, oops, delete. I bet you wondering how we did it all so neat.
Okay, I don't. You go first.
I'm not feeling it. I don't know. I just feel like that's the only problem with reality television. I feel like they push the star factor and think that they should delve into other talent other than just entertaining us on television. And he is the DJ at Sir. And a lot of people say he's a good DJ when you go there. But as far as a rapping career, James, let it go.
I totally just agree. He started and I couldn't really understand him.
Yeah, it's just
He has a little bit of an accent.
Yes, but I just feel as though
But
he needs to leave.
like the best performers who have accents, like Adele,
Yes.
when she sings, you don't
even
hear it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he might be a little too naive,
Yeah.
like not really grown up enough.
I feel like he needs to leave the drama alone and really focus and hone in on his craft.
Yeah.
Rather than getting fired 3 times from Sir. I think he needs to get it together.
Exactly.
So, but Lala's also on it. Lala actually does sound good. I do like Lala.
Yeah, I think she is like a good addition to the song. But I don't know. I really don't love it, and I think the picture is a little creepy. It's just a little creepy.
Well, the picture, for those of you who can't see it, it's really just James and Lala kind of cuddled up as if they're in a relationship. But we also know that they did have a fling at one point when Lala first began her season on Vanderpump Rules. James loved her. James was obsessed with her, wanted to be with her, really just be with her, and not a relationship, but just
we all know what you meant.
Yeah. But Lala did reject him multiple times, and then she finally gave in towards the end of the season, and they actually did have a little something going on. But then, like, they never really wanted to delve into the relationship because Lala knows that James is just a hot mess.
Right.
And she doesn't want that in her life. But she's been apparently dating these millionaires.
Yes, she's dating a current millionaire.
Yeah, and a lot of people speculate that she's a gold digger. Which, I don't know.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, she loves him. Like,
Yes.
whenever she talks about him, she just glows. So part of me, like, the little hopeless romantic in me, like, would want to think that she's in love with him because he has like private planes and like gets her all the Louis Vuitton bags that she would possibly
that's what I'm saying. All the Louis Vuittons in the jet.
Yeah,
that's probably why she's glowing with excitement because she knows she's gonna get that new Louis bag. And then yeah.
But I'd love to give her the benefit of the doubt because you never know.
That's true. But James also has a lot to say about her.
Yeah.
He calls her out on being, he calls her all these names and doesn't talk really highly of her. But then they have a back and forth friendship, kind of like a back and forth relationship. One moment they're friends, but then James tends to say something that Lala hates, and then she just doesn't want to be bothered with him anymore.
Right.
So right now, I'm pretty sure that they're not even friends right now. And I'm sure next season they'll be friends again.
Honestly, who knows? Reality TV, it could be a show. I wonder, I would love to see like their everyday lives though. See like what they think of each other, and like, because some reality TV is scripted, so
yeah.
But
so let's get into what some other viewers think, other like beyond us. So Anne 8912 tuned in, and she said that the show centers primarily about the lives of the group of shallow, materialistic, and narcissistic 27-year-olds.
Ooh.
They're not even 27, girl. Get it right. They're a little bit younger. The only old one is Jack's, girl. All right, but then she also says that she feels like a lot of them are being exploited, and she doesn't like that. She doesn't feel that people should tune into their show because they're just naive young kids who are basically just frolicking around, spreading all their business, and then they expect to have fame out of it. So we just listen to James, and out of this Vanderpump Rules television show, he wants to have a successful DJ and rapping career, but then you listen to his music and it's not all that great.
Right.
So it's kind of as though his actions, his horrible actions on the show, make him the villain, but his part in the show is more successful than his actual music career.
I agree. I think that's because of the nature of reality TV. If you are almost this villain, you get screen time. Like you really don't see the nice girls get screen time.
Yeah.
Because they don't give what like the viewers want, which is causing like problems, stirring the pot. But I also think that when you're watching reality TV, like what the viewer commented saying they're exploiting, that's what they signed up for.
Exactly.
Like that's what reality TV is. So I don't know if it should be like whether there should no longer be this show, or maybe Homegirl just shouldn't tune in. Maybe she just watch.
They should just
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
that's
something
also a good
along
one.
those lines. All right, so another viewer, Bob204, he says that he thinks that reality television is scripted. Now, this is something that a lot of people do believe. A lot of people think that reality television is scripted and it's not real life.
Right.
I want to know your opinions. Do you think that reality television is scripted? And I'll piggyback off of you.
Definitely. I agree, Bob. I definitely think reality TV has to be scripted because I don't
Yes.
think someone's life could be that interesting, whereas they could just follow it every single day. And I really like to follow on like Instagram and look behind the scenes. I know from like spoilers that producers are kind of like, we want you to talk about this. So I agree with reality TV is scripted in the fact that the producers want what they want. Like they want certain reactions and like
Yes.
certain subjects of conversation. But I also believe that pure like human emotion comes out. Like I
Yes.
believe that especially through like tragedy, like you can't script that. Like you
Yeah.
cannot script what someone reacts to like within drama or whatever. So I believe it's scripted to a sense, like to I don't know, but it's mostly human emotion. I don't know, because if I
I
was on a
agree.
reality TV show, I couldn't fake it, you know,
Yeah.
because then you wouldn't really be getting my best. So
I agree. I honestly feel like the producers pretty much paint out the scenarios of how they want the show to go. But as far as like their reactions, I do believe that that is not scripted. And I also, but the point that really makes me think that it is scripted to a sense is how many times has Lisa Vanderpump fired Jax or James, and then she takes them back the next season. And I do believe that deep down, maybe she does want to fire them and be done with them, but they're bringing ratings to her show. So maybe producers tell her, hey, well, you can't fire them because guess what? They're bringing in this percentage of ratings to your show. They're making you money at the end of the day. And I feel like that's why she always takes them back. And that's that never ending cycle. Because if you were working any other type of serving job, you mess up once, you're out the door. So for her to continue to take them back, I mean, at the end of the day, she's possibly losing money because James is not there as a DJ. She has to hire other DJs, and it's just a long, strenuous process. So I do believe it is scripted. So yeah.
I also think part of that, like, that's what you sign a contract for. Like you sign the contract, and so she kind of like can't like fire some people. And there's obviously funding that comes with that. So it's kind of nice. I feel like they have kind of a safety belt in some ways. Like if they do fire people, like it's okay. Like they're probably going to be rehired because they signed a contract with Bravo saying they'd be on for a year. So I agree. I totally agree.
I do. But what do you think about Andy Cohen? Do you think he's going to have any more housewives coming on, or do you think any new cities that you would love for him to actually like? What if there's like a housewives of like China? Let's go international.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Andy Cohen would do it though, because for those of you that don't know, Andy Cohen is a father. Did you know that?
Yes.
He just had a little baby, and he had a healthy young boy, Benjamin Allen Cohen. Did you hear of his baby shower?
I did. I heard he had all the housewives there.
All the
that
housewives.
Can make it. I did not. Was Candy there? I didn't see Candy.
She wasn't.
I feel like some of the key housewives were not there.
Yeah. I saw Teresa Giudice from Jersey.
Yes.
Lisa Rinna was on tables screaming, so that was actually really good. But I don't know. Andy Cohen talks a lot about starting a family and how he grew up with siblings in St. Louis and how he loved talking to his sister and all that. So I feel like he might have another kid soon. So I don't know if he would be able to like take on the international.
Yeah, that is true.
Which would be extremely interesting though, because I would love to see that.
You can see different cultures and how they act.
Yeah.
But I also wonder if I honestly do think that plastic surgery would be just as relevant in China. Because I know a lot of them are into that contouring and whole like face makeovers where they change their appearance. I think that'd be interesting. One day we'd see one girl and the next moment it'd be the same girl but just look different. I think that'd be great.
That's perfect. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yes. All right. So I think we're just about out of time.
Yes.
So it's your girl, Juicy Jess, keeping you hydrated with all the tea we're sharing, which is why everyone should drink Lipton. Lipton tea is not only a refreshing way to stay hydrated, but is a healthy and refreshing way to jumpstart your day. So maybe, you never know, maybe we'll have some Lipton tea next week.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Definitely will. I like the peach flavor.
Good little tea time.
Yes. Well, all right. So I guess we're about to sign off. It's DJ Nitch.
And Juicy Jess.
All right, we're going to spill all the tea next week. Stay tuned. We're going to still continue to talk about reality television, and everyone stay tuned to Monday through Wednesday because we have all the housewives straight through, and especially Sunday.
Yay.
We'll touch on maybe Married to Medicine or Below Deck.
Below Deck. Here we go. Thanks so much for tuning in.